First of all, hi Tushar, how are you doing? And welcome to Bollywood Bubble. It's been 8 months in lockdown.
Yes, we've been in lockdown for 8 months, and doesn't seem like anything has changed outside.
I know, right? So,
It's the same.
to start off
The
with,
Bollywood bubble. Bollywood bubble has burst.
yeah. Also, you must be having fans around the corner for Golmaal and Shootout. But this girl right here is from watching you and been a fangirl from Kuch To Hai, Jeena Sirf Mere Liye, and a few more. So, I've been watching all of that, and even recently in lockdown, I've been watching your films. And yeah, do people come back to you and say and talk about those films to you nowadays?
Yes, they do. Your generation, they do. They come and say that we are the millennials and we love those earlier films. And why don't you do those romantic kind of films? And Mujhe Kuch Kehna especially is spoken about a lot. And then they talk about Ding Dong, and they talk about. I get a lot of fan mail because of Jeena Sirf Mere Liye, surprisingly. Though the movie didn't work, but a lot of followers on Instagram and a lot of fans on Instagram, they tag me with the songs of Jeena Sirf Mere Liye. So sometimes it's okay to have a film that didn't do well because different things work differently, and as long as it's remembered, that's most important. But obviously, Golmaal took over all that. So yes, barring a few of you guys, most of the people really talk only about Golmaal.
Even Kya Dil Ne Kaha, I think, was a very beautiful one, and the people that I have spoken to, they've all liked the film. I don't know how do they say the film hasn't done well when everybody likes it. I have no idea how does that happen. But Tushar, you're coming up with a bomb this Diwali. There's Laxmmi Bomb coming up. Everyone's really excited. I saw the trailer, thoroughly loved it. And trailer कहते हैं कि बता देता है कि film कैसी होगी. I'm sure मजेदार होने वाली है. Tell me, how did it happen? How did this whole thing happen?
It was 7-8 years back when I saw the original film Kanchana, and a friend had recommended it to me, saying that watch it, just as an actor, watch it. And I saw it and I loved it. And then I thought that if I can procure the rights of this film, it could be a good idea to try and make it in Hindi, and that would also give me like a new avenue and start a new career almost. Like in addition to the acting career. So I saw it and I tried to buy the rights, and then the rights just came not too not too difficult a manner, and we were able to buy it from Raghav Lawrence, and he agreed to direct the Hindi version. And then we started working on the cast, and that took really long. We had to go back and adapt it to the Hindi sensibilities, then narrate it to Sir again, and he loved the fresh version, which had the essence of the original. And we then waited for his timelines, because he had a number of films ready to begin. So then we waited for 2019 for his timeline, and then we started the film. And then, of course, I'm here today. But it's just been a journey that you can't really push things to happen before they're meant to happen. There's a saying that goes, and this is very applicable to the journey of this film.
Also, talking of coming back to the topic, talking of Laxmmi Bomb, Raghav sir ने कहा था कि कंचना जो मूवी थी उसका जो मतलब है, उसका मतलब था गोल्ड. एंड इसी चीज का जब रीमेक कराते हैं तो इंडियन जो बॉलीवुड की ऑडियंस है वो रिलेट नहीं कर पाती कंचना से, इसलिए लक्ष्मी बॉम्ब रखा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे गोल्ड और पैसों को लक्ष्मी कहा जाता है. सो दैट्स हाउ ही डिड दैट. बट somehow some people are having issues with the name as well, and किसी ने कहा there are some reports doing the round कि नाम बदलो. I don't know why is that happening, but as somebody being part of the film, what is your take or opinion on all of this?
I think the director has, in fact, I know the director has cleared it, and I reposted his interview. He has spoken about how Lakshmi means gold, and we had to keep a Hindi name. And because the film was turning out to be a cracker of a film, and the character Lakshmi in the film, so it's actually the name of a character. And we have Lakshmi as a name for a number of people all around us. Women are called Lakshmi. So the fact that that character was becoming a cracker of a character, we decided to title the film Laxmmi Bomb. And it's ironical that it's coming on Diwali. So there's no other meaning to it. So we can't really do anything other than clarify the fact that there hasn't been any intention to
Yeah.
offend anybody, and I believe the director has cleared the air.
Absolutely. Don't you think that आजकल कोई भी बातों को लेके कुछ भी मुद्दा उठ जाता है और कुछ भी डिस्कशन होने लग जाता है, and it becomes an internet topic for people to talk about. How do you kind of look at all of this?
You have to just let it go. You have to just another day, another story. Look at it that way, and not get too bogged down by it, because we are a democracy and everyone has a right to express themselves, and it's our right as viewers to ignore what should be ignored and react to what needs to be reacted to.
Yeah.
And everything doesn't really need to be reacted to, so I look at it that way.
So do you think that this religious fascism has been happening a lot over the place nowadays? Because I remember back in time itna nahi hota tha kuch.
No, I don't believe that. I just think that there's a lot of media today. It's a media boom. So everything is getting picked up in that sense. But if you're a happy person, you will be happy no matter how things are really. And I think everything looks good in retrospect.
Yeah.
But it's ideally, people are the same, human beings are the same, and we're all still the same.
When are we seeing you, dazzling on the screens again? Tell me.
Very soon, I want to announce my next film after Laxmmi Bomb, because it's a film which I have acted in also. And that is a very different genre. So I will talk about it once this movie is out. And first things first, Laxmmi Bomb is here.
And before I come for interviews, I always tell people on social media that I'm going to interview this person, that person. And today, when I took your name, everyone is like, Golmaal kab aayega, next edition, please puchna. And I'm like, I don't think he's going to answer that, but I'll still ask him. So, Golmaal kab aayega?
गोलमाल का आई थिंक रोहित को आप पूछो, रोहित को पता होगा, क्योंकि अनाउंस तो किया है उन्होंने एक साल पहले, अक्टूबर 2019, एक साल पहले अनाउंस किया था. But now I don't know what the plan is. It will be made for sure, but I don't know when it will be made.
A lot of films have sequels, and usually क्या होता है कि जो sequels होते हैं ना वो टक्कर नहीं दे पाते original को, जो first edition होता है. Golmaal has not been that. It has just grown and grown. Tell me how do you look at this entire franchise?
Yeah, that credit of surpassing expectations goes to Rohit Shetty only. He's the one who, he's the brain behind the whole canvas of the film, the whole mounting of the film. He's a director who, who knows how to really balance mass and class and give something new every time he comes. And he knows what to give each character. And he's everything put into one. He's an editor, he's a director, he's a producer, he's also part writer. He kind of directs everything, and he's truly a captain of the ship. And that is what has made this franchise survive the test of time and come back stronger every time, because he has been on top of everything, and he has made sure that there's no stone unturned.
Also, I'm going to take one personal question. How is parenting going on? I'm sure it's going to be a real fun experience for you, right?
It's amazing. It's a stress buster. For a lot of parents, it seems like a chore, but you can tell. I mean, you can't ask me. You aced it. You look like you know it all. I mean, whether it's a pet or whether it's a child, parenting is parenting. It's just amazing. It's just that sometimes, I feel like I get a little strict because sometimes he becomes naughty. He's not concentrating on school tasks. So then I get a little angry, and then I feel bad. So parenting is difficult, but it's the best thing to do.
Tell me one thing that you've learned from your kid.
I've learned patience. I've learned the importance and the knack of being in the present, rather than worrying about the past or the future. And I've learned that there's no such thing as perfection, and children are so innocent. They make mistakes, they laugh it off, and they do it again. When we make a mistake, we're like brooding over it and brooding over it and brooding over it. So I've learned that beauty lies in imperfection.
Very, very well said. And also, since these 8 months, if I, clearly say 8 months have been really like a roller coaster ride for the industry and for the entire world, of course. A lot of things have happened. All I'm going to ask you is that if there was one thing that you could kind of change in the world, if you had the power to, what would that be?
I think the power to really make people realize that less is more. You know, doing less, thinking less, littering less, spitting less. And in fact, stopping to spit, and less children, less parties, less everything is more. And then you realize that you can do so much more if you do little bit lesser of everything. So minimalism is what I would like to bring into this world, rather than let it continue even after this pandemic, because that is what the pandemic has taught us, is to be as minimalistic as possible. So the ideal world for me would be one wherein there is cleanliness. So that would be the primary goal.
Absolutely. Also, this is a very cliched topic that every interview, everywhere, everybody is discussing with different names. Sometimes I don't want to, piss you off with it. I just want an opinion that what do you think when people talk of all of this? कभी नाम था इसका nepotism, फिर नाम आ गया inside or outside. I think 6 महीने बाद कुछ और नाम आ जाएगा. तो जब ये सब बातें होती है, which we are all aware of from very long, how do you look at it? You're like, क्यों हो रहा है ये discussion? क्या सोचते हो आप तभी?
See, I've grown up in this industry, and I don't think there are too many people within the industry. I don't want to sound boastful, but not too many people within this industry who've seen the highs and lows the way I have with my dad and myself, my sister. So I know what success and failure in this industry really means. So you can't fool me with any sort of an insider outsider debate, and it's probably entertaining for some people to watch, but everyone knows that life is tough, films are tough, it's a challenging world, it's a fast-paced world, constantly evolving world. You got to be on your toes, and nothing comes easy, no matter who you are. So don't think about the pros and cons to anything. Okay, I'm on this side of the fence, so I have these disadvantages. Everyone has their own set of disadvantages. Let's just keep working, and we all get our due eventually. No matter who we are, we all get our due. You just have to wait it out. You just have to learn to be happy no matter what.
Lovely. So now I'm not going to ask you anything boring. I'm just going to ask you 5 fun questions from this segment called Bubble Secrets. No controversial questions, nothing annoying. It's all going to be fun, I promise. Okay. So my first one is: have you ever licked the food plate after having your favorite food?
Quite often, yeah. After finishing a pizza, I've licked the whole plate.
Really? Okay.
Like your cats would do.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me, have you ever made a prank or blank calls when you were growing up?
So many times, yeah. So many times. And we all, I don't know if you have grown up in the 80s, but in the 80s, crank calls and blank calls was the main thing. There were no mobiles, there was all landlines. And the only way to flirt with someone was through blank calls. And you'd wait. If there were blank calls, you'd hope and wait and wish that it was this person you had a crush on, So I've grown up on that culture of blank calls and prank calls. Yes, of course.
Of course you have. Okay. Have you ever sneaked out of the house when everyone was sleeping?
I haven't sneaked out because I was not too outgoing, so my parents wanted me to go out, to be very honest.
How cool is
So
that?
I was a bit introvert, so they were like waiting for me to start partying. They thought I should be more social. But I got into the habit of partying a lot eventually, and then I have sneaked into the house late. So I haven't sneaked out, but I have sneaked into the house.
How cool. Okay. Tell me if, you've ever made a fake ID on social media to stalk somebody.
No, I'm thinking of that. I want to stalk. I do stalk from my own handle. Of course, we can't go to stories if you're stalking. We are not supposed to go on to Insta stories, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get caught.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do that. I think it's a stress buster for all of us. Before sleeping, you stalk somebody random and just for the heck of it. But I haven't created an account to do that. No way. No, I don't have that much patience.
Okay, one more. Have you started off something that you couldn't complete and now you kind of miss and want to complete?
There's nothing that I've left incomplete. And if there is anything that is left incomplete, I will complete it in the future. I think it's just my nature that I'll never leave anything halfway.
Mm. Okay. Any guilty pleasures that you have?
Guilty pleasures, yes. Of course, binge days with some drinks with my friends and some sushi or some, even if it's Indian or some dessert, that's a guilty pleasure.
Okay, I promise this is last. Okay, I promise. If you could go back in the past and cast yourself for a particular role, which one would that be?
Hmm. If I go back into the past and cast myself in a particular role, uh, all the films that if I have rejected any movies and they've all gone and not done well. So I've not regretted any film that I've refused, but I would to cast myself in a particular role in the past. None. I really have no regrets.
Really?
No ways. No. Yeah, no ways. It's just that I would probably be able. I would wish I could do some roles of my own again, like redo them. That for sure. Like Kuch To Hai is a film
I love
that it went over budget and it was made in a manner that we were all new, so we were all really facing teething problems, and we were just like going through that learning curve. So I would want to do Kuch To Hai again and make it nicely. I mean, it was made nicely, but I would say make it in a more organized manner.
what songs it had. I think it
I
had a
was
good.
I was part of the production, but I couldn't help them because I was so new myself.
Right, but I think it was a very beautifully made film, and usi film ke baad I went on to go and kind of explore Shimla and all those snow wali jagah. God,
Oh wow!
and I honestly I don't know what kind of people what kind of films people like, but I love Jeena Sirf Mere Liye, I love Kuch To Hai, I love Kya Dil Ne Kaha, and a lot more. ऐसे suddenly सारे नाम याद नहीं आते, but I watched all of them, I promise. And
Thank you.
hoping to see you do all of that again, because yeah, you have fans waiting to watch you. Has anybody ever told you that they wanted to see you even in the Masti franchise? Has anybody told you?
No, they mistake me. They misunderstand me as being one of the Masti boys, and I keep telling them, no, I'm not in Masti. I'm in
Okay.
Kakule Hum, and I'm in. I've done a film called Masti Zade, but I'm not in the Masti franchise. But I wish I had been. It's a super hit franchise.
Yeah,
So
and there
yes,
are
I
people who wanted to see you in it. I've seen comments.
I would have loved to have worked with Indra Kumar sir because I was a fan of his as a child, Dil, Beta, and all those movies. But I'm unfortunately not a part of the Masti franchise. But Golmaal Mil Gayi, so it's okay.
I know. So hoping ki jaldi aaye dusra part, and when will we get to see you again and talk to you again? Tell me that.
Hopefully to celebrate the success of Laxmmi Bomb, keeping my fingers crossed.
Well, it is going to be a bomber. I am sure. The trailer is so dhamakedar. The film is going to be double dhamakedar. I am watching it first day. जैसे ही आएगा वो ऑनलाइन में चली जाऊंगी देखने के लिए.
Awesome.
So all I'll say is all the best, and this was lovely speaking to you.
I hope no sensational tweets coming from Bollywood Bubble.
No. Thank you so much, and this was a lovely chat. Thank you so much, Tushar, for this.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.